Good evening. You're watching Midnight Railfanning with Royal King of the Rails. Presented by CN, although we are not sponsored by them. They are helping us make tonight's episode possible by sending freight trains for our enjoyment. So, now that we've got that out of the way, I want to welcome everyone to my second episode where I will be presenting to you the dark side of trains for your enjoyment. Today marks my 2-year anniversary since I filmed my first train video. Yes. 2nd year anniversary since I became a part of the Railfan community officially. We're here in Lapeer, Michigan tonight, which is bringing us our live stream. We're here at the Lapeer Amtrak station. We got 3 cabooses over here at Detroit, Toledo, and Ironton Railroad, Penn Central, and a GT caboose as well. Welcome to everybody on the stream. Matthew and Colton, good to see you. Zoe, great to see you as well. Car Wash King, great to see you as well. Welcome everybody to tonight's stream. And what do I see down there? Is that a train? Hold on one second. Nope, it's not a train. It's just a reflection of the lights. There are signals down there. Those are the westbound signals. We are here at the Canadian National Flint subdivision. We're here in Lapeer, Michigan. Seen about 10 trains today. Things have kind of been interesting today. It's been a very weird day. The train that I was supposed to take to East Lansing today got canceled because I was supposed to go to East Lansing for today's Railfanning Day. Instead, I decided let's do a day in Lapeer, and I ended up going to Imlay City as well. Let me put you guys down just for 1 second so I can look at something. One second and we'll get right back to it. We have a couple of trains that are running tonight, and we are going to be presenting those to you guys as usual. First, I will present to you guys ATCS. We have a train going out of the Flint yard into Durand. We also have Amtrak 364 Blue Water, which is going to be going through. We're eventually going to have a westbound as well, so we should at least get 2 trains, maybe 3 if that one in Durand starts moving a little quicker. We are going to be streaming till a little bit past midnight, make it a true midnight Railfanning stream. I actually got some Tic Tacs here. I'm a little hungry, not going to lie. So I have some Tic Tacs. All right, I just have some Tic Tacs. All right, I'm going to grab my tripod and everything. We'll go stand outside. So I'll put you guys down for 1 second. One more time while I grab my equipment. But yes, guys, for those of you who are joining, welcome to my second episode of Midnight Railfanning. Not the only second we're having tonight. It's also my 2nd year anniversary of filming trains in the Railfanning community. A great pleasure it is, that's for sure. I'm going to walk up onto the platform. And so my phone doesn't disconnect from my computer because I have it hooked up by a hotspot. Let's walk around this way. We recently actually redid the Amtrak station here, which is awesome. Amtrak Blue Water 364 is running a little late tonight. Running about 50 minutes late. But because of that, the Amtrak station should be open because the train gets back here about 10:30 at night if it's on time. And if it's on time, that's impressive. Fortunately, Amtrak is known to run late. However, the last time I took Blue Water and came back, it wasn't so bad. This right here is the Amtrak waiting room here at the Lapeer station. Should be open at this time. Indeed it is. This is the Lapeer station, Amtrak station. It's an unmanned Amtrak station, and it's pretty much designed for ease of use. The door opens up before the train gets here and closes a little bit after. They have bathrooms here as well. It's a very vintage building. The city of Lapeer actually renovated this building to help preserve the history of this Amtrak station, or actually railroad station in general. This is pretty cool. Right here you got the Michigan Services thing, which I'll show you pretty much, everything you need to know in regards to the Michigan Amtrak services. So you got drinking fountains, plenty of room to sit. It's not a busy station, but it will get a handful of people. This morning I talked to 2 other people that unfortunately got affected by Amtrak's cancellation, as me and 2 other guys were also affected because we were going to go up to East Lansing today by Amtrak. But stay tuned. That'll be put on hold. Just going to delay it probably sometime next week. Next week I'll be going out to do a bunch of filming, as it will be my last full week before the return to college. And Zoe, to answer your question, I am doing great tonight. If you would do me a favor, please send out a link to the stream in my server, just in case anyone wants to join us tonight on this fine evening. Seen 10 trains today. CN was not running any trains in the morning due to debris on the tracks, trees and stuff, which is why Amtrak could not get back to Port Huron last night and why my train got canceled. Fortunately with Amtrak, because of that, they are allowing us to cancel and modify our trip, where we're actually able to reschedule the trip for whenever we want, anytime before November, free of charge, which is amazing. So thank you to Amtrak for that. Now, I'm not one to wait to 2.5 months or 3 months, however long it is. I am going to prefer to just wait instead and just do it immediately as opposed to waiting. That's what I meant to say. So instead of waiting, I'm going to probably just do it to get it over with, so that way I don't forget about it, because as time goes on, I'll probably forget. CN's got their sign here. This is the Canadian National Flint subdivision. It is the busiest CN line in the state of Michigan. About as busy as downriver, if you ever go to Wyandotte. It's been a little quieter today. I've only seen 10 trains. Typically around this point, I'd see about 12, 15. But like I said, we do have a couple trains that we will be seeing tonight. We have probably 2, at least 1 for sure for you guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing a live stream. But that's how we roll here on Midnight Railfanning. Something unique they did with the station as well, they actually redid the platform as well, because the platform was all crushed up and it didn't look very good. And they also painted these yellow lines and put a disclaimer on there saying, "Stay behind yellow line." Hey, Ben. How you doing tonight? Thanks for coming on. Hopefully we'll get a few more people on here to join us for Midnight Railfanning. We'd love to have a nice audience tonight, because we got a couple trains that we will be seeing tonight. We're going to stream till probably a little after midnight, kind of like what we did last time, except it's going to be a little shorter than last time. Because unlike last time where I spent the night, I am going to be driving home tonight. And I am going to want to get out of here, go home, unload, go to bed. Thank you, Zoe. Hi, Matthew and Colton again. Good to see you again. Good to see you as always, my good friend. Real quick, I guess I'll show you guys this too. Here's the Lapeer, Michigan Amtrak tag, and someone slapped on GT, the Good Track Road. And a railroad crossing Crossbuck. This is a storage room right here, but Seems to get used for events every now and then. But yeah, the Amtrak waiting room. The lights actually go dark when it's not open, but in the evening the station does open up. But typically it doesn't open. Well, it's not open during the day. It opens for 364 and 365. I don't know if it stays open all night. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but I could be wrong. I have railfanned actually here in Lapeer many times, especially last year. I haven't been up here in a while, so this will be nice to kind of return to things. And if anyone wants to track probably what will be the first train we see tonight, head on over to Amtrak, track your train, find Michigan, find where Lapeer is on the map, see if you can find the train on there. It should be Blue Water 364. And track the train. And if you want to tell me what the status is, that would be greatly appreciated for tonight's stream. Elevators rock on. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Little Rock is here. Awesome to hear. And if you look down there, there's a bunch of little rocks. There's actually 2 tracks here, but this far track does not work. 364, not 354, Ben. 364 should be working. I just checked it before I did the stream. I wanted to check the status of it. I think the last I saw, it's going to get in here at about 11:20, which the first time I rode Amtrak back in July, it was July 7th of last year, actually. I remember the date pretty well. We got back at about a little after 11, about 11:20, something like that, from Eastland. The train was running a little late, but tonight it's not running as late as it was last night, because last night the train actually ended up terminating in Battle Creek due to the debris on the track. So today, 365 originated in Battle Creek, went to Chicago, and tonight it's coming back to its home town where it'll terminate in Port Huron. Unfortunately, it sucks that we didn't get to ride the train today, but next week, got a lot of cool things going on. I might do a live stream on Monday. There's a special occasion happening on Monday for terms of filming. This will be a YouTube first for me, quote unquote. It's not a YouTube overall first. It'll be a first for me, but I'm gonna keep the suspense building. So you guys will have to wait and see what that will be. Fortunately, Monday. Well, should I say fortunately? Because I know a lot of people don't like Mondays, but I'll be kind of looking forward to it. But first, I want to get through the weekend. It looks like someone just started up a vehicle. Monday will be a first. Wednesday, I do plan to go out as well. Like I said, I think next week on Thursday, I'm going to reattempt the East Lansing trip. And then Saturday, I'm also doing another trip by train, most likely. So, got a little bit of rail fanning coming up for you guys. Can't tell if there's something on my camera or if it's something white. Because there's like a white cloud up there. I don't know if that's... I guess that's part of my phone. I don't know. I see like a white line, like right... I'm pointing it to it. I see like a white line. That just looks weird. So, yeah. Either way, tonight, temperature out here... currently 11:07 in the evening. It is currently 66 degrees. 66 degrees there. A nice cool night, but not too bad. I'm in a t-shirt and I'm actually pretty comfortable. It's pretty nice, but I might have to go back to the car and grab one of my hoodies in a little bit. Get a nice moonlight this evening. Moon's about a little over half full. So that's pretty neat. Last night, you guys might have heard Michigan had a really bad storm. I think we had at least 5 tornadoes in the Northeast and the Midwest. We had a really bad storm that went through Grand Rapids. I was actually driving in part of that storm last night. It was pretty bad. I actually got it on video, so maybe I will post it. I put my phone up on my phone mount and I just started recording the whole thing because it was insane. It was downpouring. It was like people were throwing buckets of water. It was insane. You have a video with Diesel Deucey coming. Awesome. That's cool. And happy early birthday to you as well, Zoe. I have not forgotten, and I know someone else, the other moderator that's on here, whose birthday is coming up exactly a month after yours. So I have not forgotten, but, you know, I'll give you guys some early birthday wishes because you guys are good friends of mine, and I appreciate your support. So, the question is, how much longer do we have to wait for 364? This will actually be the first time I catch Blue Water 364 without riding it. Because typically I'm never out this late rail fanning. This is probably the third time I've done a late night rail fanning night where I've actually been out past midnight. Well, I will be, because midnight is coming up. Got about 51 minutes till midnight gets here. So the stream is going to go for a little over an hour. Unless we have something not terribly far away, then I might consider staying a little longer for you guys, just so we get some action out here. Because we all know, if you guys have ever gone rail fanning, you got to have a lot of patience out here. Unfortunately, patience is kind of hard to have sometimes. We rail fans do get bored very easily. Fortunately, we make blooper videos and we mess around to keep ourselves entertained while we wait for trains. Actually, filmed one today. It was a pretty cringe-worthy one, but I might post it, and I might not. We'll have to see. I may or may not post it. It's pretty cringe-worthy, but, you know, if you want to see the crap that we rail fans do while we wait for trains, maybe you'll get to see it. I have some more bloopers either way, besides the one I did tonight, that will be coming out. And real quick, since it's a little before 11:20, because I believe the Amtrak said that the train was coming to appear. It's supposed to arrive here at 11:20. I'm thinking, let's walk to the car, and I'm going to check ATCS monitor. So, and then I got to figure out where I'm going to film, because I have my camera as well out here, but I need a good source of light. One potential spot could be right here, right next to the station. There's a lot of good light right here. The thing is, it's pretty close to the track, and I am going to want to get the locomotive number as well. So we'll have to wait and see. So this will be my first official video, like I said, of catching 364, which is the return trip. It typically gets back to Port Huron at about 11:30 or 11:20, depending if it's on time or if it's running early. Sometimes it gets there early, and early is always nice. Like when I came back from I did a weekend trip to East Lansing back in October of last year, and we actually got back to Lapeer about 15 minutes early, which was kind of nice. And real quick, we're going to take a look at ATCS monitor, just so we can kind of get an idea where some of the trains are at. We also will have a westbound eventually, but I assume it's going to come through after the Amtrak passes one of the sidings further east of here. So we'll have to wait on that. Give me 1 second, guys, and we will return to Midnight Rail Fanning. I will be right back. I'm here, but I'm not here, you could technically say. I will have to close the app for 1 second just so I can reconnect to my hotspot. Give me 1 second and we'll be right back. All right, we should be back. All right, let me relaunch this real quick and we'll see what we got lined up. All right, looks like the train has departed. And actually, while I'm here on my computer, I could just check real quick. Let's see, let's check Amtrak train tracker real quick. And we'll see where this train is. I believe it just departed Flint, which is the next station west of here. Blue Water has about 10, 11, or 12 stations, something like that. It departs Chicago when it comes back around, I think, 4 p.m. Central Time. And someone just passed by behind me. Next station is Lapeer. Estimated arrival, 11:27. So we got about 14 minutes till train gets here. It's running 55 minutes late right now, unfortunately. So At least that's better than last night, considering last night it wasn't so good. I'm looking at Pure Marquette 370, running about 6 minutes early. Very good. And that's always nice to hear. Wolverine 354 is 26 minutes late. There's 3 Amtrak trains currently running in Michigan. And it looks like there's a Lake State Railway train going through Flint as well right now. Looks like it probably went through after the Amtrak. Because I think the Amtrak looks like it already passed. There's a westbound, 2 westbound trains that have already passed through here. So unfortunately we won't see those. But there is a westbound that is potential to come through here in a bit. So yeah. Okay, looks like we don't have anything else right now. We're going to at least get 1 train. I'm hoping we get a westbound though, like I said. But no guarantees. The thing that I'm seeing is that the westbound is still in Port Huron, which is about a good 40-mile drive from here directly. And that train, it looks like they're not going to send it until the Amtrak gets to Port Huron or close to Port Huron. Which honestly, I think it's kind of dumb. I think it would be smart to at least get that westbound on the move and take him to Imlay City or somewhere like that. All right. Let's go back out to the tracks now. Let's just take a look one more time. Yep. I don't know if it's a glitch or another potential eastbound. We'll have to wait and see though. But there could be a second eastbound. I think it's a glitch, so I'm not 100% sure, and I need to get my camera back out. All right, I apologize for that. I had to cover up the screen for a quick second. All right, let me set you guys down one more time. Hey, good evening, Joseph. Thanks for coming on. Good to see you as always. Joseph's a good friend of mine downriver. Rail friend. Who the heck is James? I have no idea. I could not tell you who that is. I can't remember if this truck was here just now or if it just pulled in. Yep, there are 3 caboose, whatever you want to call them, here at the Lapeer station. Still got red signals, westbound. We probably won't see a westbound indication for a little bit if we end up getting a westbound freight after the Amtrak returns. Hey, Metro, good to see you. Got 7 people watching this evening, so I appreciate everyone for coming on and joining me on this late evening here in Lapeer on the CN Flint subdivision. And for those that just joined as well, tonight is, today I should just say in general, represents my 2-year anniversary of Railfanning. I filmed my first 2 videos in Royal Oak 2 years ago today. They're not on YouTube yet. I'll be saving them for our special occasion, especially since the first video I got involved a crossing malfunction. So that'll be cool to upload. How about that? I tell you guys one thing. Every time I have a first somewhere when it comes down to Railfanning, it always seems to be either something really unique or it seems to be something that could be bad. First ever train video I filmed involved a crossing malfunction. Give you guys another example. First freight train I ever filmed in Wyandotte on the Conrail Detroit line had a fake bonnet leading. Another first would be the first freight I filmed in East Lansing had the EJ&E Heritage unit. So, 9 people watching. And the Lapeer Industrial Railroad's over there, that actually did run today. They used to run once a week on Wednesdays, but I believe they now start to run more so as needed. The Lapeer Industrial Railroad is about a less than a mile long railroad track. There's 1 business on it, which is why it continues to function thanks to the Delta Faucet Company. So that's pretty cool. that they continue to use the rail service. Otherwise, the Lapeer Industrial Railroad would pretty much be dead because there's no other customers. There's one customer. Speaking of crossing malfunction, went to Wyandotte to meet up with the good old man Bill to get some DVDs from him, and yeah, Mill Street was actually malfunctioning on me last Friday. I was out there last Friday, and it was malfunctioning out there, so it does happen occasionally. Let's see something here. Let's walk down to the crossing. Yep. Those are the westbound signals. We have an eastbound coming. It's the eastbound return Amtrak train. It's keep wanting to say Wolverine. I meant to say Blue Water 364. Blue Water 364 is a once-a-day eastbound passenger train that runs from Chicago to Port Huron. Then in the morning, it departs as Blue Water 365, going from Port Huron to Chicago. It's the daily westbound. So pretty much, it's pretty nice. Amtrak's pretty nice in this state if you live on the east side, because all the westbound trains depart in the morning and the eastbounds come back at night. But there is the Wolverine option that does give you the midday travel as well, considering Wolverine has 6 trains that run. 3 that go from Pontiac, which is the county seat of Oakland County, to Chicago. And then 3 that go from Chicago to Pontiac. And then the one Amtrak service I have yet to film, all the way on the west side of the state, Pierre Marquette, goes from Grand Rapids to Chicago. It's a pretty small train. There's only 3 passenger cars on it, and it only has 3 or 4 stops. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I want to film at this crossing. I mean, it's got some decent lighting. Let me see. I'm gonna move out here a bit. I want a crossing with good lighting, so that way I'm actually able to, make out the locomotive numbers, because that's something I always like to go for. If I can make out the locomotive numbers in a shot, especially when it's dark, then it's probably a good location. So, yeah, this looks to be good right here. So soon, we got about 6 minutes, and I might have just heard something. Nope. I thought I heard the bell of a train. No, actually, the Amtrak engine will probably not block this crossing. They'll probably, they might block this crossing. This crossing always seems to get blocked because of the station, obviously. There's the station down there, the Lapeer Amtrak station. Like I said, two Amtraks serve this station a day. One morning westbound and one late night eastbound that goes back to Port Huron. I wish the Blue Water had at least 2 trains, honestly. I think it would be a lot more productive and a little bit better if it did. But what you gonna do about it, unfortunately. So either way, it is nice to see Amtrak service in Michigan, at least taking you around to certain areas around the state of Michigan and en route to Chicago as well. The only downside about Amtrak is there's really no rail service up in northern Michigan. There's no rail service in the Upper Peninsula either by Amtrak, unfortunately. There were a couple third-party companies that wanted to get a train that would go from Detroit through places like Ann Arbor, Durand, Howell, and it would go up to Petoskey, Traverse City, places like that, Mount Pleasant, other areas like that. I think it was like D2, A2 or something. I can't remember what it was. If anyone knows, please let me know. And the train would go up to northern Michigan. It was proposed, but nothing's really ever been done about it. I really hope that someday that could be a reality, because that would be so cool. Especially like if you go to a place like Durand. Durand has obviously Blue Water goes through there, but wouldn't it be cool to have a north and southbound train that goes through there too on the Holly sub, which then becomes Huron and Eastern and Great Lakes Central Railroad? That is pretty cool. It would be so cool, in my opinion, if that could happen. I would definitely ride it. So, yep. Train should be arriving in about 3 minutes. So we should be seeing the train taking the curve down there. There's a curve down there. We'll see the light. Once we do, we got to get ready because he's probably going to be going quick through here. And these crossings do activate pretty quick, even though it's maybe about a mile or two to the curve down there, because just past those signals is a siding track. And then when this train passes, we'll hopefully get a westbound. And then that'll probably end up doing it for the stream. I don't think we're going to see more than 2 trains unless something comes out of nowhere from Flint. That would be cool. It is possible because the Flint yard does have trains that originate from there or work in the Flint yard and then come east. There's a handful that I saw this evening that came through that stopped in Flint to do some work, like A492, which I caught at a very dark crossing on the way back here because I actually stopped in Imlay City today because I had about 7 guys with me, which was nice. It was unexpected. And yeah, so we are going to get this eastbound here real soon. Then we'll probably get a westbound. Hopefully that westbound maybe is moving, and at least in Emmett or Imlay City. That way it's on the move and it's in a siding where it can eventually get moving through here. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what we get. If we get it, great. If not, we'll just have this Amtrak. Hey, Joseph, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. You're a great friend, and I always enjoy railfanning with you. It was great seeing you last Friday too, by the way. Thank you very much for the super chat. It really does mean a lot. So thank you. And I guess I can kind of get a little bit of money back from the gas I had to put in my car today. I guess I could look at it that way, right? Well, either way, it doesn't matter where it goes to. It just means a lot, and I appreciate you sending me a super chat. Thank you very much. It was great railfanning with you too, Sir James Tube. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what time we got. It is 11:26, so he should be getting close to rounding the curve. So I'm actually going to start a video on the camcorder, so I won't be reading the chat. All right, everybody, it is 11:26 p.m. We're here at the Lapeer Amtrak station at Court Street, and we have Amtrak Blue Water 364 about to pass through here. It's running a little late tonight, about a little less than an hour, but about 55 minutes late tonight. So should be seeing it here pretty soon. So once we see the train, we'll get set up and we'll film it. So here we go. All right, that's the intro. All right, now we wait. I've already been live for 34 minutes. Wow, so it's about time. No, this is west. We're looking west. These signals over here are westbound. These are the East Lapeer control point signals. Because you go further west, it opens up into a siding, and the West Lapeer signals are about 2 miles down from the siding. So it's a fairly large siding. And I don't know if any trains... Actually, no, I did see one train that used it today. One train that was going east tied down to get a crew change, and then another train passed it going through there. So that was pretty cool to see. Sorry for... No, it's okay. Hey, questions are fine. I have no problem with that. Not a problem. Let's see what we got here. But is the southbound NS intermodal train in Wyandotte 31M? No, 31M is actually a southbound Autorack train. It actually originates on the Sterling Secondary and Sterling Heights. The southbound intermodal train would be NS 271. There's 2 NS intermodal trains on the Conrail Detroit line. 271 is southbound, and the 273 would be the northbound. So, but yeah, 31M was the one that we did see with the Conrail Heritage Unit, but we're going to stop right here because here comes a train. All right, here we go. $11:29 p.m. All right, here it comes. I'm going to read off the locomotive numbers. That way I have it for later. So here we go. $46.12. $46.12. And $46.30. Okay, we're gonna move down real quick. You're probably gonna take off pretty soon. So let's run down here real quick and get him on video as he departs. And then we should be able to get him on the defect detector. It actually does pick up pretty well here. All right, I'll read the chat in 1 second. Okay, here we go. Gotta find a flat spot. All right, we're gonna start recording again. Here we go. All right, here's 364, 11:32 p.m.
Hi, 364, okay, depart Lapeer Station, on the clear. Over.
Check 364, departing Lapeer on the clear.
You'll hear him honking again, but that was Amtrak Boulevard 364. Listen carefully, you'll hear him honk at the next crossing. All right, there we go. He's about to approach the next crossing. You should be able to hear it. I'm doing good tonight. Well, good to see you. So that was Amtrak Blue Water 364, the return trip to Port Huron. We're going to stand right here at the station real quick. We'll see if we can get them on the defect detector. And we'll also keep an eye on the signals as well to see if we...
364, here we go, back on the clear 292.
Yep. Signals are still red. All right, we'll stand right here. We'll see if we can get them on the defect detector. Thank you, Will. I appreciate that.
Only 2 trains. 7 a.m. this way, and 8 p.m. back. That's the kind of maybe
Nah, it'll go over the defect detector in a few minutes. It's about... Let's see, we're at 289, and it's at 287, so it's about 9 miles from here. 8-9 miles from here. Should be able to hear it in a second. Might step down here. Yep, here I'll step down here. This should be better to pick it up. And then we should hopefully be getting that westbound. We'll have to see what that westbound could be. Apparently the Grand Trunk Heritage Unit is going to be running through either very early morning or tomorrow. So we'll have to see. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised tonight, guys. You couldn't hear the horn at the next crossings down. It's pretty strange. Typically, you're able to...
4 mileage, 295, no restrictions.
Okay, they just hit milepost 295, so they're about 2 miles away from the defect detector. So they've already gone 6 miles. It's pretty quick. So they're probably going probably close to 80 miles an hour. They go pretty quick through here. So... milepost 295. That's an automatic signal, I believe. That's the one, I think, before the one at Lake Pleasant Road, which I actually did get a video at that crossing day. It was really dark, so I had to turn my car lights on when the train came through because I was in Imlay City and I was driving back. I was driving back up here, and I figured I knew that there was going to be an eastbound. And it's always kind of tricky to go against a train. So I figured I would stop halfway in. I ended up having to wait about another 15 to 20 minutes, but ended up getting the train, which is what counted. So that was cool. Probably about 1.5 miles or a mile now till we should hear it enter the defect detector, and once I do, I'm gonna start recording on the camcorder. That way we get it on video real quick. Should be able to pick it up. And we'll go look at ATCS monitor and we'll see what we got lined up. Yeah, the Flint sub is full of defect detectors. There's a defect detector probably every 12 miles. There's tons of them. You look at the Shoreline sub, the Holly sub, and the Mount Clemens sub. There's probably only 3 on each sub. Flint sub and South Bend sub, there's a ton of them out there. It's insane. All right, I'm going to be quiet just for a second, so that way we can see if we can catch him on the defect detector. So let's see what we can do. And the people are starting to leave now. Should be any second now that he hits the defect detector. Once he enters it, it'll announce it, say the direction, eastbound, and then should cut off for about a minute, and we should hear it again. And if it's a typical Amtrak Blue Water, I'll probably have 32 axles. But it all depends on the size of the train. It almost did look like it was 1 mile longer than normal. Or, I'm sorry, 1 mile. Imagine that. 1 rail car longer than normal. Signals are still red down there. It probably won't change for a little bit. I have picked it up here before, but I think it's easier to pick up in the colder weather. The colder weather, it's a little more transmissible. It's a little bit easier. Pick it up pretty well, actually, in Imway City, but that's because I'm only about 6-7 miles away. Out here, it's a little bit more tricky sometimes. Of course, the defect detector, in my opinion, is in a terrible spot based on where I railfan on this line. I don't really railfan in Attica much because there's not many crossings there and there's not good parking. But I only made an exception tonight because that one crossing, I didn't want to miss the train, and I figured, you know what, why not? We'll just give it a shot. Okay, we'll wait about another minute. We'll see if we pick the train up at all. If not, then we'll head back and we'll check ATCS, and we'll see what we got lined up, if we have anything. Maybe if I was using my external antenna in my car, we'd be able to pick it up. However, it can be spotty sometimes, because sometimes with the scanner, the antenna, it helps to point it in a certain direction. Signals are all red still. Yeah, I don't know if he probably already went through. Could be wrong though. Imagine me phone bombing the call. I think you mean the stream, but that's okay. Don't do that though, please. I beg you, please don't do that. Whoops. There we go. Okay, I think we did end up missing it on the defect detector, so we'll forget about it. Let's walk back to the car and we'll see what we got potentially lined up. Still got all red signals. Let's take a look inside the Amtrak station real quick. I'm gonna get a drink of water. It's gonna have drinking fountains. Looks like someone actually already had a drink. I got thirsty from talking. Oh, you're on with Nick on the phone? That's funny. Actually, I don't know. Speaking of Fountain Channel, I don't think I filmed these yet, but that channel, which I guess I can announce that now, that channel I'm going to be closing. The Drinking Fountain Channel, guys, is going to be closing eventually. Once, you know, the thing is, with all the scheduling I've been doing for trains and other stuff lately, it's taken away time for me to be able to actually get the other channels, like the video game channel and all the other stuff. It's taken away time, and I just haven't had time. And at the same time, you could say that I have been going out and filming quite a bit too, but you know what? I got a big backlog, and I don't have a problem with that. All right, we'll take a quick break real quick. We're gonna take a look at ATCS. All right, I'll throw you guys up there for a little bit. I'll be right back, guys. I do have to reconnect to my hotspot in order to view the monitor, and I just got a low battery notification on my watch. We'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Okay, we are back, and we are connected. Let's refresh, and we'll take a look and see what we got. Take a look at this, and then we'll go back outside. So this is kind of our break right now, so give me just a minute just to see what we got. Yeah, it looks like if we get this westbound, it's going to come through after the Amtrak gets lined up. But what I am seeing is a potential eastbound. So maybe we'll stay for that, and then we'll head home. The Holly sub, though, tonight is getting a lot of action. The highway is getting, I believe, L507 right now, and there's a northbound lined up behind it, which is kind of strange. So that's pretty interesting to see. There's a lot of action tonight. A lot of westbound action right now. Like I said, we got one eastbound that right now is currently in Duran, which actually, I wonder if I could see it on the rail cam real quick on my computer. I know I can see it on my phone, but let me see if I can get it on my computer real quick. The thing is, on mobile, I can at least see 30 minutes, the past 30 minutes. So I want to see what it is that's going through, and then determine if I want to stay for it, depending on how long I think it'll be. Because I'm thinking we'll probably stay for one more train. That's probably going to do it. I got to remember my login to Railstream. This it? All right, gotta check my email. Gotta reset my stupid password. All right, let's see here. All right, just reset it. Now we should be able to sign in. Bear with me. I'll be looking at chat here in 1 second. And of course, I'm not going to be able to see where I want to see. Okay, that's fine. Westbound lined up. We just got a westbound, another one, which is kind of interesting because there's already one set to go through. So, man, now is the time to really stick around. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stay much longer after midnight because I need to go home and I need to go to bed because I've been here at the track since about 6 a.m., something like that. So it's kind of been a busy and long day. So just got another train lined up, like I said, on the highway to go behind that northbound. Well, actually, it's not lined up on the highway yet from what I can see. But it could go on the highway very well. We'll have to wait and see. And then there's an eastbound. So depending on when these two trains get here, we could potentially get two around the same time. So if that's the case, maybe I'll just keep going for a little bit. Ben, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you coming on. Sorry, I kind of didn't see your comment till now. I know it's kind of been 2 minutes after you posted that, but I appreciate you coming on. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you next time. That westbound, it looks like it's departing, and it looks like it's moving pretty quick, which is a good sign. So that train should be on its way, which would be nice. And then we'll see what we get in regards to some trains. Hopefully we get at least one more freight before the end of the night. Let me see if I can actually look up something real quick on the computer. Then we're going to head back out to the tracks. I'm going to look on Heritage Unit, see what the Heritage Unit is on. I gotta look. I forgot what the Grand Trunk Heritage Unit number is. 8952. Let's see here. It's traveling. Okay, let's see. The last report spotted, it looks like it was spotted 836. It looks like it's going west. It's going to be going through here on the Flint sub. So, and it's going to be going on M397, which goes to Gary, Indiana. And if it was spotted around then, who knows? Maybe it could very well come. Maybe, I hope maybe it's in Port Huron right now. And maybe that's our westbound. That would be really cool. Oh, that one train that looked like it was going west is going into the Port Huron yard. So maybe that train is waiting for something. Huh. That's interesting. So we'll probably stick around a little bit. And then, like I said, I'm going to probably have to get going. Because it is a Friday night. And the bars are going to close. So we got to be careful driving home tonight. So, yeah. If I had a place to stay overnight, I'd be staying overnight. It almost looks like they just, yeah, you know what I'm seeing on here? It looks like they just backed up the train. The one that looked like it was going to head west. It looked like they backed it up into the yard. That kind of sucks. They probably had to do that so they can allow the, actually, I don't know why they're going there. Because the Amtrak, unless that's one that just appeared earlier. I have no idea. Pretty much every single track up in Port Huron, which is pretty much where the trains sit when they come in from Canada or are going to Canada. Pretty much every track, there's like 4 of them, 4 or 5, and it looks like they're all occupied. So, that's interesting. Whatever that train was on the highway in Durand is about to get off of it. Again, there's a signal right behind it, so I wonder what this is. If it has to be an extra, whatever it is. Because there's no, I know E251, I'm pretty sure it already ran today. Hey, BB Trains, good to see you. Yeah, I do sound a little tired. Like I said, I've been up since, I got up at about 5 this morning. 5 in the morning. So I've been up for about 19 hours. So when I get home tonight, I'm probably going to go to bed. Oh, I see a police officer pulling in. He's probably just driving through. Yep, there goes a police officer. He's just driving through. All right, well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Let's see where that Amtrak is now. Looks like he's almost to Port Huron. Going 77 miles an hour. Estimated arrival, 12:20, really? Huh. Looks like he's almost there. Yeah, he's running about an hour late. Because he departed here about an hour late. Typically they get here about 10:32. He got here about 11:32. So. Oh well, what you gonna do about it? Chicago Y is set in Durand, so I wonder what we got going on there. Could be interesting. We'll have to see what that is. The Chicago Y, which is one of the Holly to Flint sub and vice versa transfer tracks. So what that does, it allows the trains to merge from subdivision to sub. So I wonder what is running on that tonight. We'll have to see though in a little bit. And then we just got the signal on the Chicago Y. So I wonder what's running on that. Might have to go look at Railstream real quick when it comes up. So I might take a break and I might take a look on my phone. Oh, and I just hit my computer on the steering wheel. Nice. Smooth. Nick's hopping off. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Let's see here real quick if we got anything. Let's see if we have a signal. I doubt anything's lined up, but we can at least check real quick and see. It's probably all red. Yeah, it looks to be all red. We'll take a quick look though. Yep, it's all red. So we'll wait and see just a little bit longer. And then I think, like I said, 12:15 at the latest is when I'm going to end the stream. So I'm just gonna sit in the car for now. So sorry, I apologize that it's not the best view, but I want to keep an eye on everything that's going on, so that way we can see if we get something. So we should get an eastbound at some point. Hey Neil, how you doing? Good to see you. And it is now midnight, so welcome to the Midnight Club of Midnight Rail Fanning with Royal King of the Rails. You have all made it to midnight, and so have I. Cool, just got up, nice, yeah. 9:30, I'll probably be getting up about that time whenever I go to bed tonight. So we'll see if we get anything. I would really like to see if one of the westbounds happens to be the one with the GT Heritage unit. And we'll see if this eastbound gets here quick enough. I'm hoping so. I'd like to catch whatever it is. Get a freight for you guys on the stream tonight. But unfortunately, it may not work out. Because it's now midnight. It's now the next day. It is now August 26, 2023. It is a Saturday, officially. So any trains that I catch now will count for a new day. Meaning yesterday's total, 11. I've done better. But due to the big storm we had a lot of trains that were running a little behind. So let's see what we got, if we get anything, and then I am going to be hopping off to go home because I got a good drive to do, and then I am going to unload everything and go to bed. Speaking of trains, I got to do a bit of rail fanning. Oh, it's nice, cool. All right, sounds good. Hey, thanks for coming on, Matthew and Colton. Colton, it's always great to see you. Yeah, have a good night, sleep well, and we will see you later. I'll probably see you again at some point come the next downriver collab. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for coming on, you two, and yeah, we'll see if we get anything. Shaftesburg, one of the control points just went blue, meaning it just got some data. That eastbound is at West Flint right now. It's about 30 miles out, 36. So we'll see if they send the train quick enough, maybe we'll get it. Over and out. There's Colton signing off. All right, we'll see you later, Colton. Thanks for coming on. They even filmed the train at high speed with electric locomotive. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Electric locomotives are pretty cool. I like the diesel ones a bit more. All right, we'll see if we get a westbound signal now. It looks like the Amtrak might be through one of the control points. I could be wrong. I have no idea. One of the signals just dropped in one of the areas that barely receives data. Actually, I'll show you guys real quick what I'm looking at. This is ATCS monitor. It allows me to track. There's the Chicago Y that's open for a train, which is kind of uncommon at this time of night to have something going through there. And it looks like we got a train at West Flint. That's the eastbound we're looking for. So we'll have to see what happens. If it happens to start picking up the pace, I might consider sticking around and getting it real quick. And it looks like that we might have that westbound. I'm not sure what that... Yeah, it looks like it's going west now. I don't know what that one is doing. And the train just got lined up to go east. And it looks like it's going to the Port Huron. It's going to be the Port Huron Amtrak. I'll show it to you guys real quick. This green line just showed up right there. It's going to be for Amtrak 364 to pull into the Port Huron station. And it'll go on to the Amtrak track. There's a little siding track there where the Amtraks stop. And that's where they go. And it looks like L507 got the signal to go into the Flint yard. They're running pretty late tonight. And then we got that train that's going to go through Flint. There's going to be one that's going through Flint Amtrak. And once it gets to Flint Amtrak, we got maybe, depending on how fast it goes, maybe about 20 minutes. So I may just hop off and end the stream because honestly, I'm going to conserve my phone battery. But we'll see. We'll stay on for a little longer. But yeah, I think that might actually be the only train I show on stream tonight. Unfortunately, I apologize we couldn't get any more. It's been kind of dead around here, you could say. But, you know, I did the best I could, and I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, getting to see that one Amtrak. If you didn't see it, you can back up the stream and you can see it from earlier. We'll go out and check the signals in a little bit. Yeah, there's going to be a few, but there's going to be a few trains. The question is when are they coming, though? That's the real question, is when. So... we'll have to see. You said something about L507. Yeah, L507's running a little late tonight. It just got to Durand, and it's approaching Flint, where it's going to go into the Flint yard. It's a local that goes from city of Flat Rock, Michigan, and it goes to Flint, with a couple intermediate stops where it stops in places like Ferndale to pick up and drop off cars. And then it goes to Pontiac, where it does some work at the Pontiac yard. And then it goes from there to Flint. And it looks like that northbound, that extra northbound or whatever it is that's lined on the Holly sub, has a signal through the Chicago Y. So I wonder what exactly that's going to be. It definitely has gotten busy tonight. I mean, like I said, for those that didn't know, ATCS was down earlier today. ATCS monitor was down. And it looks like whatever that westbound is now going east for some reason. So, and it looks like the Amtrak just pulled up too. I can now see it on ATCS. It's now out of the dead zone. So, I don't know what exactly is going on there. But I do know we have an eastbound, which I'm tempted to stay for. But as far as catching the Grand Trunk Heritage Unit, probably not going to end up seeing it, unfortunately. Which means I'm going to just have missed it again. But that's okay. It'll eventually come back. It seems to come and go quite often through here. Looks like the train's about 20 miles away from here now. So we'll see how quick he gets here. Said there's an eastbound. Yeah, there is an eastbound, most likely. It's causing a lot of delays for these freight trains. Well, there was a big storm last night. Very big, severe thunderstorm. It was awful. Rain was very heavy. Debris were on the track. I was supposed to take Amtrak, which is now yesterday, to East Lansing, but it got canceled. So, unfortunately, that didn't happen. That sucked. But what you gonna do about it? Fortunately, Amtrak is awesome when it comes down to that. They give you a refund. And, they tell you go ahead and reschedule. And pretty much what I can do is I can schedule a new trip to East Lansing and back for free within the next 3 months whenever I want. So it's kind of like a voucher. And Amtrak came through earlier. It was on the stream about almost, I want to say it was about 40 minutes ago. Yeah, about 40 minutes ago. 40 minutes, something like that. Yep. So I'm gonna hopefully try and get this eastbound. We'll see if I keep doing the stream. Looks like, yep, he just hit milepost 270, which is good. So if he really starts moving quickly and I see him get through the rest of the Flint control points, I'm thinking maybe we will stay and catch it real quick, and then that's gonna do it. Then I'm gonna go home. I gotta go home. I don't even know if I'm gonna unload the car. I might unload a couple things tonight, but I'm probably gonna go home and crash because I'm getting pretty tired. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of that. But yeah, he looks to be moving fairly quick. He's probably going maybe 45 miles an hour, maybe a little faster. Hard to tell, though. It is hard to tell. I'm just giving a rough estimate. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you remember when I did that stream? I remember that. That was down in Ferndale. That sucked. I really don't understand why they had to block that crossing. I mean, first off, that is a big road, 9 Mile Road in Ferndale. It's a pretty big road, and there were a lot of people that were very upset. It backed up traffic quite a bit. People had to sit there for 40 minutes, especially if they were stuck in the sides where the boulevard was. No one can back out. They were stuck there for 40 minutes. I feel really bad because that sucks. But yeah, I don't understand why they couldn't just back up into the yard. Ben was here on the stream earlier actually, but he had to go. He probably went to bed, as I'll be doing when I get home. Because I'm gonna go home. Like I said, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna crash. Railfanning's great and all, but like I said, it is time consuming and running out of time pretty soon, especially come the start of school for the new school year, which I'm not looking forward to. Who really is looking forward to school, though? What can you say? Just waiting to see. So the freight, okay, it's on the move now, and train has not crossed over the Lake State Diamond yet in Flint, but it should be doing that soon. It's definitely on the move. So yeah, maybe we will. We'll see. Any idea for Durand? I did. For Midnight Railfanning. Yeah, Romulus could be potential for the future. Durand, I don't know about Durand. Durand is pretty far. And I've only been to Durand once this year. And that train just crossed over the Lake State Diamond, which is good. So he's on the move. So maybe about 20 more minutes. I know I said that about 5 minutes ago. But I would like to get at least one more. But he should really start to pick up speed, going maybe about 50. I think they can go up to 65 miles an hour out here, which is pretty fast. Let's go look at the signals real quick. I want to go stretch. Let's see what we got. It's probably going to be red. I think I can already tell that it's all red from the reflection. Yep, it is all red. Yeah, someday in the future, I'll probably start doing all-nighters at the tracks. That'd be cool to do. The eastbound... Oh, I got to unlock the car. The eastbound is the one that is coming, but the question is, how long am I going to have to wait? And at some point, you know, I am going to want to go home. So I'm hoping that this eastbound comes through fairly quick. So we'll wait and see. It looks like that one northbound on the Chicago Y, or it's approaching Chicago Y on the Holly sub. So we'll see. I was really hoping for a westbound though. That's the thing, guys. That would have been a lot. Probably would have been a lot quicker because based on where they're at, I mean, it's I guess about the same, but you know, at least based on what I was seeing, there's no reason why they couldn't have sent one. But actually, hold on, maybe we do have a westbound on the way. Control point Emmett just went blue. Maybe we do have a westbound on the way. We could have a westbound on the way. All right, looks like we're gonna stay out for a little bit longer. And we're going to head home. There could be a westbound. Hey, BB. How you doing? Welcome back. I said there could be. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll see if like I said, I don't know if we're going to get another one on stream. We'll see. All right, that train's through control point Belsey, which is about 2 miles further east of the Kersley Diamond, which is the Lakeside Diamond. And we just got an eastbound signal through Lapeer. So we will have a train. Great. So we'll probably stick around for that. It'll be the last train probably of the day. And that one train is about to go on the Chicago Y. Yeah, westbound is all red, but looks like we have something lined up here in Lapeer, which is good. So I'm thinking we're going to get that, and then that's probably going to do it. Just because I'm tired. I got to go home. I got to go to bed. All right, that train's on the Chicago Y. I'm going to actually go eastbound. Looks like I can't see the eastbound signals, but I believe we did just get something lined up. All right, hold on, guys. I will be right back. I'm going to look at something. Oh, you're going to be in Pontiac tomorrow. Cool. Hope you get some good catches. Hold on. All right, I'll be right back one more time. That's Benny saying, oh, hey, look, Michigan rail fan enthusiast. We'll be right back, guys. Hold on, give me 1 second, and I will be right back. All right, we should be back. There we go. I was checking one of the rail cams. It looks like there's an as-needed train going through Durand right now. It looks to be an empty intermodal. So it could be a potential, I don't know what it would be, actually. If it's an X, it's got to be an X something. Could be an X 117. I'm not sure. I don't know what that would be, but it's definitely something as needed and doesn't run all the time. So that's pretty cool. All right, we got an eastbound coming through, so I'm thinking, screw it, we're going to stay on and probably catch it. And then I'm going home because I'm tired. And yeah. I'm going to go home and I'm going to crash. Like I said, I'm probably not even going to unload much of the car. It's not a high rail. I wouldn't be able to track them on, ATCS if they were a high rail. MOW equipment? Yeah, I would be. But yeah, I am pretty tired. That's why I haven't been talking as much. I kind of did all the talking at the beginning. So, kind of got all that out of the way. All right, control point east Flint just went blue, so we got a train about 12 miles out. Close to 12 miles out. So, I'll show it to you guys real quick. Lapierre's actually getting signals right there, which is pretty uncommon. Typically, that doesn't show up. These areas work pretty well, though, right there. The ones that are red. The ones that are green are receiving no data. So let's ask a couple of questions to the audience, just so we can get a little audience participation. What is one of your best train catches you've seen? And no, CSX, I did not see it today. I guess it does. Maybe it doesn't run on Fridays, from what I've heard. I'm not sure though. Anyone here have any good train catches though? I would like to hear them. If you got any good ones, tell me. And we'll see what you got. Obviously, I know there's some people here who have seen some good ones, especially Michigan Railfan enthusiast. Hint, hint. We'll see what happens here if we get something cool. Like I said, for those that didn't know that just joined us, the Grand Trunk Heritage Unit's going to be going on M397 early morning. Top 3 catches, Nuclear Waste Trainer and Utah. Oh, cool. That's pretty. Oh, message retracted. NS 4002 and yeah, I agree. Those were pretty good. I just caught that Heritage Unit again on 31M not too long ago. Good question, because my recent train journey happened after like 5 years. Last time before recent was actually 2018. Wow, that's a long time ago. Oh wow, and guess what? I'm looking at the ATCS monitor. Control point Lapierre is actually red, meaning it's actually getting data, which typically that's a dead area. So that's pretty cool to see. It's actually working, you know, because that's a dead spot. It doesn't always work, but it's actually doing its job, which is amazing. All right, well, anyway, guys, so we made it this far, obviously, so we are going to catch this train, because otherwise, if I was going to forget about it, I would have left a while ago. So we're going to catch this one, and I'm going to head home, and that's going to do it for the stream. So we're going to get this last freight, and then I got to go home. I got to be careful. It is a Friday, well, now Saturday, early morning, and the bars are going to be closing in probably less than an hour, and probably around 2 a.m., so gotta be careful driving home, because hopefully there's not gonna be any drunk people out, because, you know, it's just how it is. So I don't really drive late at night, but I do occasionally. I wish I had a place to stay up here, honestly, because when I was downriver last week, I had a place to stay. Tonight I don't. So all right, well, either way, that train is cleared out of Flint, and another eastbound signal has been lined up at Tapan. It's probably going to be for this eastbound that's coming through. I don't know why they're lining them up so early, but who knows? Amtrak 364 is probably terminated at this time. So that's interesting. Well, not interesting. It's good to know. Why do I keep saying that's interesting? Probably because I'm tired. Yes, I've seen 11 so far. That's about right. Yeah, it was pretty slow. with all the with all the debris going on, it was pretty slow. Uh-oh. I hear a siren. That's the other thing. I gotta be careful driving home. The cops are going to be everywhere. It is early Saturday morning, so they're probably going to be everywhere. So we have to be careful. Don't want to get a ticket. All right, at this point, we are going to get back out of the car, and we are going to go stand by the tracks and see what we can get. Maybe we get something cool. I wonder what symbol this will be. This could be a late running one. I don't know if 398 is a symbol, but I know that I don't think it is. I don't think that is a symbol. But let's get out because he's probably starting to get closer. I guess I'll leave my computer open. Just trying to brighten this down a little bit on it. It's cool to see that East Lapeer is actually working on there for once. And actually, you know what? Let me grab my charger and everything as well, just because I probably should do that in case my phone's getting low. Guess I wasn't plugged in for a little bit, so I'm gonna plug back in. We're gonna catch this train, then we're gonna call it quits for now. Put you guys back down for 1 second. If I had to guess, the train is probably about 8-10 miles away. Yep, I don't know, you won't be able to see him. So let's close up the car. This is gonna be the last train, then after it passes, I'm gonna immediately end so that way I can get going. All right, let's walk up to this crossing. Welcome to the Midnight Railfanning Club here with Royal King of the Rails. We are back out here once again to hopefully get one more train before we end the stream. Midnight Railfanning, here we go. The world's best late night railfanning show. It's gonna be my new slogan for this. So let's see, we got about 4 or 5 people watching right now. So thank you to everybody who's up late tonight watching the stream. Appreciate it. As always, everyone is amazing. The LNN Heritage, yep, I did hear about that. That LNN Heritage unit, I did hear about that. That just got released. So that's pretty cool. Let's see that. One Heritage unit I want to see by CSX would be the Baltimore and Ohio, and probably the Chessie system one as well. Those would be cool. Because CSX has recently been sending out a bunch of new Heritage units. So that's pretty cool. All right. We got an eastbound on the way. I'm guessing if control point East Flint is 273, and that is about, see, this milepost here is 290. And that control point down there is probably like 289 or 288. We got about maybe 10 miles. No, it's not really 10 miles, a little bit more than that, but I'm just assuming based on where he's at right now, maybe he's about 8-10 miles out, so should be able to see it. Hey Neil, welcome back on your other channel now. At least it's not freezing cold. Yeah, I remember that when I met you in Taylor. It was cold out there. I don't know if I will be able to do come winter break. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do midnight railfanning. I mean, I've been out in cold weather before, but when nighttime comes, it gets cold. I mean, let's see. It is 65 degrees right now. It's a little chilly out here. I did bring a hoodie, but I didn't bring it with me out here. But either way, that's fine. We're going to catch this eastbound, and then we're going to call it a night because I need to go home. I know I keep saying that, but I'm getting tired. It's late out here. Traffic lights are flashing. So then I'm going to crash because I got to get up. I got to hopefully get up about 9. I'm probably going to get up about 9, 10 in the morning tomorrow after I get some sleep. Best catch is probably the passenger train at, how do you say that? Adigan? Adigan? It's pretty cool though. Cool. Alco diesel locomotive. Pretty neat. It's always kind of cool when I see, you know, the elevator enthusiasts here that are watching this have more than one interest. That's why I got into trains partially. I really enjoy, you know, like railroad crossings, and the videos I've seen from rail fans. It really is a cool hobby. And the amount of people I've met probably 5 times the rail fanners than I have elevator enthusiasts. So this is why I do this, why I continue to go out and rail fan, because there is a great community of people, and the amount of people I've met just with this year in person, getting collabs together and stuff, is insane. And that's all going to be coming in when I do my 2023 end of the year in review stream like I did for 2022 last year. That's something I'm going to bring up because it's just insane the amount of people I have met up with this year. Not only just rail fans, I have met up with a handful of elevator enthusiasts as well. That's pretty cool as well. The Lapeer Industrial Railroad is pretty much, it actually did run technically now yesterday. It did run. They did a short move. They moved 2 grain hopper cars out, and that's it. So they did do a short run. It was the first train we saw because that was around 10 o'clock, and we didn't see a CN train. We saw our first 2 around 11 or noon. They were very dead out here because of the whole debris and the storm. Your channel literally should have been at 1K subs a while ago. I appreciate that. Either way, it's coming up. 1,000 subs on Royal King of the Rails. And we'll have to talk. We might move these live streams to Royal King of the Rails, or we might keep them right here. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I might actually put out a vote for that just to see what you guys want. Hopefully, I hope to meet up with you too someday. And I can tell you I do plan to come down to Ohio in the future, and maybe what I'll do for one of those trips is I'll head down to your area or wherever, you know, and we will get together and do some filming, because I would love to do some train and elevator filming, or anything you want to film as well. I'd love to do that, and that goes for pretty much anyone out there, you know. Anyone out there that I've known for a long time and has been wanting to meet me, you know, I'd love to get together. I mean, earlier this year, I'll give you guys one other example. I met up with a great friend of mine all the way across the country in Arizona this summer. Another thing I'll be coming up in the year in review live stream is that I met up with 2 people from across the country. One guy who came here to Michigan, and the other guy that I went to go see in Arizona because I happened to be there for a vacation. Dude, I don't know why, but YouTube, I guess, loves my videos to try to get me more view. And somehow 1 year on YouTube, and here I am with 2.26 subs. Yeah, that's awesome. 2,260 subs. That's pretty good. I wouldn't complain about that at all. And I think I do see the train coming. Yep, I see it. 12:34. Here we go. 12:34 a.m. We got our eastbound train. It's now the next day. It's August 26th. Let's get set. We'll catch this train. Here we go. Okay, here we go. 12:35 p.m. a.m. All right, I'm gonna say the locomotive numbers so I get them for reference later on. Here he goes. He's crossing over the siding track. Here we go. 8904, 8904, 2722. 8904, 2722. 8904, 2722. Westbound, intermodal at the front, auto rack in the back. I'll have to get back to you guys on symbol on that one. That was a fast one. So that was either Q122 or Z148. Now, the thing is, I actually did see Q122 earlier on. That could be an extra, actually. That very likely is an extra. So we'll have to see. But anyway, guys, you guys got to see 2 trains tonight. Let's just see real quick if there's a signal. It's probably going to taunt me, and there is going to be a signal. Nope, it's actually all red. I can see it. Yeah, it might very well be Q122. It typically doesn't really run this early in the morning, so I don't know. It might be an extra. I'm gonna check updates on that. And yeah, we'll find out. So anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming on here tonight. We had quite a crowd on here tonight. Been live for about hour 44 minutes. Thank you everybody for coming on and making Midnight Railfanning with Royal King of the Rails possible. I really enjoy doing this late night show with you guys. Thank you as always. And I am gonna go home now and get some sleep. So everybody have a great night, and we will see you guys next time for another episode of Midnight Railfanning with Royal King of the Rails. No idea when it's gonna be, when the next episode will be, but well, I can assure you we'll do another one at some point in the future. With that being said, good night, everybody. See you later.